The coldest thing your sibling ever did to you. When I was 11, my 15-year-old sister started dating this guy named Jake. Mom didn't like him, called him trouble. I remember hearing them fight about it almost every night. My sister would slam her bedroom door so hard my action figures would fall off my shelf. One Friday afternoon, my sister found me playing video games in the basement. She sat down next to me, which was weird because she never wanted to hang out. She asked if I wanted to make some easy money. All I had to do was hold on to a small package in my backpack at school. She said she'd give me $20, which was huge money to me back then. What's in it? I asked. Just some stuff for Jake, she said, twirling her hair the way she did when she was nervous. It's no big deal. You're never in trouble, so no one will check your stuff. I didn't ask more questions. Just took the package and stuffed it in my bag between my math book and lunchbox. I felt pretty cool being trusted with a secret mission. The next Monday morning, the school announced a surprise locker search over the crackling PA system. Drug problems had been getting worse in our district, and they brought dogs through the halls. The principal stopped at my locker. The dog sat down right in front of it, wagging its tail like it had won a prize. When they opened my backpack and found the package, I was taken straight to the office. Inside was enough weed to get me expelled, maybe even sent to juvenile detention. My teacher, Mrs. Collins, looked at me with such disappointment, I wanted to disappear. I was terrified. I told them it was my sister's boyfriend who gave it to me. I even cried, saying I didn't know what was in it. The principal, Mr. Reeves, just sighed like he'd heard that story 100 times before. He called my parents. When they arrived, my sister was with them, still wearing her soccer uniform from practice. Her face was red from crying. She looked shocked when she saw me sitting there in the plastic chair, my feet barely touching the floor. Tell them, I begged her. Tell them it wasn't mine. Tell them you gave it to me. She looked at the floor, then at our parents, then at me. I don't know what he's talking about, she said quietly. I never gave him anything. My stomach dropped. She was throwing me under the bus, completely. Later, I found out Jake had been caught with drugs twice before. One more strike, and he'd face serious consequences. So my sister used me, her little brother, as a way to move his stuff around safely. I got suspended for 2 weeks. My parents grounded me for a month. My dad took away my PlayStation. No one believed me. For 3 years, I barely spoke to her. She went to college, and I stayed angry. I stopped inviting friends over because I was embarrassed about what happened. Then last summer, she came home for a visit. She had a new boyfriend, seemed different. One night, she knocked on my door and sat on the edge of my bed. She was holding 2 ice cream sandwiches, my favorite since I was little. Remember that day in middle school? She asked, handing me one. I just nodded, not touching the ice cream. Jake told me if I didn't help him, he'd hurt you. He knew where you walked home from school, said he had friends who would make sure you had an accident. I stared at her, not knowing if I could believe her. She pulled out her phone and showed me old texts from Jake, threats, detailed plans, her begging him to leave me alone. Why didn't you tell Mom and Dad? I asked, the ice cream melting onto my fingers. Jake's dad was a cop, she said. He convinced me no one would believe us. She started crying. I figured if you got suspended, at least you'd be safe at home. I broke up with him that week, but I was too ashamed to tell you the truth. I sat there processing everything. Part of me wanted to stay angry, but I could see how much this had eaten at her all these years. You should have trusted me with the truth, I finally said, taking a bite of my ice cream. She nodded. That was the coldest thing I ever did. Not the setup, but letting you believe I betrayed you when I was actually trying to protect you. We're still working on rebuilding our relationship. I still get angry thinking about those years I spent hating her, but then I remember the look on her face when she finally told me the truth.